Next, I am giving you few examples how to check whether a given set is basis of a vector space or not. Firstly, you have to observe the number of elements given in the set. If this number of elements are exactly equal to dimension of that set, then you only need to check the first part, that your given set is linearly independent. But if these are less than, these cannot be greater, again and again I am telling you, these cannot be greater than dimension, because if these vectors are greater than the number of vectors are greater than dimension of vector space, then your this set will become linearly dependent. So these will be either equal or less than. And if these are less, then you have to check the second part also, that B generates or B spans the vector space. So in our case we are given only 3 elements, so we will check just this part. So every time your number of vectors are equal to dimension of basis, you are to check only linearly independence of that set. So to check linear independence, you have already learnt few methods. I will just use the direct determinant method to check. So I will write these vectors in determinant: 1 0 minus 1 1 2 1 0 minus 3 2, and then check whether the determinant of this matrix is 0 or non-zero. So let us check. This will be 1 into 4 plus 3 minus 1 into 0, this will be minus 3, and plus 0 into 0 plus 2. So this will be 7 plus 3 plus 0. So this is non-zero. So these vectors are linearly independent. So next example is, we are to prove that this set forms the basis of vector space of polynomials in x of degree less than or equal to 3. First of all, observe this vector space of polynomials in x of degree less than or equal to 3. It means all the polynomials of degree 0, degree 1, degree 2 and degree 3 are in this polynomial. So what would be dimension of this vector space? Of course it will be 4. Alright. So any 4, it means any 4 vectors can form a basis of this vector space. Pn, P3 I will call, is a set of polynomials of degree less than or equal to 3. So we are to just check the linearly independence or dependence part. So to check linear independence, dependence, I will write linear combination of these vectors. I am writing linear combination of these vectors plus d1 plus x cube is equal to 0. So let us combine a plus b plus c plus d plus terms with x. So this is bx, terms with x square plus cx square plus dx cube. Can I write this 0 as 0 plus 0 times x plus 0 times x square plus 0 times x cube? Now compare the coefficients on both sides. We will get a plus b plus c plus d is equal to 0, and from here b is equal to 0, from here c is equal to 0, from here d is equal to 0. So what does that imply? Put all the values here. A will also be 0. So all the coefficients are 0. It means this vector is set of vectors is linearly independent. It means it forms a basis of set of polynomials of degree less than or equal to 3. So consider next example. Let V is a vector space of 2 cross 2 symmetric matrices over real numbers. Find its basis and dimension. So what type of elements of this matrix would be? This set of this vector space of matrices will have matrices. Which type of matrices? We are given symmetric matrices. So what is the property of symmetric matrices? This off diagonal elements, they are equal. The elements on the off diagonal position they has to be same, where A, B, C they belong to R. Why R? We are given in the question over R. So A, B, C has to be in R. So we have to find its basis and dimension. So let us take a set B, it which consists of matrices 1 0 0, 0 1 1 0 and 0 0 0 1. We'll prove that this B is the basis, and if it becomes basis, what would be the dimension? Dimension is the number of elements in the basis. So how many elements in this basis will be? 1 2 3. So this will become a three-dimensional vector space. Now you would be wondering why I have considered these three. This has to be as per the number of elements we can choose in our matrix. Had it be this word not been there, then we will write this, I'll do in the rough work. Then we could have written this A, B, C, this set of vectors as A, B, C, D. Then it would have 4 random elements, and then we would have considered this vector space, this basis, 1 0 0, 0 1 0 0, 0 0 1 0 and 0 0 0 1, because on the first look you have to choose 4 elements randomly in order to make a matrix. So you will have 4 elements in the basis like this. You have a choice over here, you have a choice to choose, you have choice to make entry here, here and here. But in our case we have a choice to make entry here. If we make an entry here, that has to be same over here due to this word, symmetric word. Now I think that would be okay. Now we are to prove that this becomes basis. In order to prove the basis, what we have to prove, first step is we have to prove that B is linearly independent. So in order to prove linear independence, what I will do, I will write the linear combination of these vectors. One say A time, okay, I will use alpha because A already used here. 1 0 0 0 plus beta 0 1 1 0 plus gamma 0 0 0 1 is equal to, now what would be the 0 matrix? 0 0 0. Alright, so let us add this. This is alpha from first entry, no other entry is 0, so this will be 0. Then beta from here, then beta from here, and then gamma from here is equal to 0 0 0. So compare the entries. I am just multiplying alpha inside and adding these matrices to obtain this matrix. Okay, so this is 0 0 0. Compare the entries. First entry is equal to first entry, second is equal to second, third is equal to third, and fourth is equal to fourth. So linear combination of these vectors is equal, but all these scalars from the vector space, they came out to be 0. So these vectors are linearly independent. Now we are left to prove that linear span of B is equal to vector space. So what we do in this case, now we take a random element, let us say alpha, from our vector space, and we try to prove that alpha is linear combination of elements of basis. This is what we do, this is what we prove, right? So let us take a random element from our vector space. Look what type of elements are there in our vector space. These are of type A, B, B, C type, symmetric matrices. So let us write this A, B, B, C as linear combination of elements of B. I'll again write random alpha times first entry from the basis, beta times second entry from the basis, and gamma times the third entry from the basis. Now again add these. This will be alpha into 1 alpha, added to this will be beta, and beta here, and then added to this will be gamma. Now compare, you can easily find the values of alpha. alpha will be equal to A, beta will be equal to B, and gamma will be equal to C. So any random element from our vector space has been written as linear combination of elements of our basis. So this means this vector space is contained in linear span of bases. And is this already so? Is linear span of B already contained in B? Yes, because B is subset of vector space. Are these symmetric matrices? Are these matrices symmetric? Yes. This is our diagonal, elements of diagonal are same. This is our diagonal, elements of diagonal are same. This is our diagonal, elements of diagonal are same. So B is contained in vector space, and since linear combination, scalar multiplication and addition holds, so this would obviously hold. It means B is equal to linear span of B. So B is a linearly independent set and B spans the vector space. Therefore, B is the basis. Basis with what dimension? With dimension 1, 2, 3. That's it.